My fucking god. Hi, welcome to Crappy Media Reviews. I'm the Crappy Media Reviewer, and today I'm going to talk about Cans Without Labels, one of the worst pieces of animation ever. But before that, I have a little announcement to make. Next, we are moving, and school also interferes with this, and the reviews will come less frequently, unlike they used to these days. Yeah, that's the announcement. It was so short, but I had to say it. But anyway, it was a Kickstarter project by animation veteran and certified sexual predator Giancarlo Belushi to restart his career as an animator, as his last two projects, Ren and Stimpy Adult Party Cartoon and The Ripping Friends, failed. And this one went the route of those two as well. It had an enormous amount of hype when it was first announced, with Junkie talking a lot about it in interviews, specifically a memory that inspired it. It was about his uncle or another relative of his never buying brand label food. But then the short spent a lot of time in development hell because Junkie was fucking with his deadlines for 7 years during production and 11 years during pre-production, until completion was finally announced in 2017, but the short was not released until 2019. When it was released, it ended up failing, and combining that with the fact that Junkie turned out to be a sexual predator, his career as an animator ended. But now onto the short itself. The plot revolves around George Liquor American and his two nephews Ernie and Slabs opening a bunch of cans until it turns out that the cans have a disembodied human face in it and the kids don't want to eat it. George then says that they have to eat it while he takes a crap or else he will whip them with his belt. From that point forward, the short focuses on Ernie and Slabs wanting to get rid of the face behind George's back. First off, the animation. The animation is horrible. Things move way too fast and the over-the-top animation just looks off rather than hilarious. Again, this thing was in production for 7 years. To emphasize the cheapness of the animation, there's a scene where George tells Ernie and Slabs to eat the face and walks slowly towards them, or rather just slides across the screen. There are also 3 scenes which aren't even animated and are just George and Ernie waving their hands around. The CGI. Yes, there's CGI in this short despite Junkie hating CGI in 2D animation. It looks off and jarring in this short. The camera. Yes, this short is so bad that I have to complain about the camera. There's so much panning it caused me to have a headache watching it. It's that bad. The perspective is butchered beyond belief, like in the scene where the camera pans away from George Liquor, his nose and mouth noticeably shrink. Besides that, the plot is just trying way too hard to be shocking but ultimately fails. One of the reasons Adult Party Cartoon was so reviled because of the shock humor working. Why couldn't they do it right here? Oh yeah, his original team didn't work on this one. The voice acting is shoddy and sounds like Michael Pataki's takes were spliced while the others sound normal. This especially becomes noticeable in the scene where George rants about how African babies would kill to eat a face. The art style tries to look like a 40s to 50s cartoon but fails because of the crude colors and the animation. There's also plagiarism from one of Bill Ray's original Ren and Stimpy backgrounds, and the George Liquor credit was stolen from the Ren and Stimpy episode Man's Best Friend, which I may or may not get to. The short also features the character Donald Bastard, who exists because John Kay hates Disney, and also Cigarettes the cat from the Weird Al video he made. The music constantly shifts every few seconds and is mostly just production music from SpongeBob and Ren and Stimpy. However, it's also reused. Some scenes also just drag on and make the short feel longer than it already is. Cans without labels, more like crap without quality. So overall, I give this thing a 1 out of 10. Stay tuned to the next review where I'm going to talk about Mr. Krabs, the most hated SpongeBob character of all time. See ya!